You keep saying you want more freedom, more income, more options, more life. But the moment someone invites you to a conversation, you vanish, gone, silent. Like the universe called you twice and you ignored both calls. Let's stop pretending. You're not missing opportunities because opportunities don't show up. You're missing opportunities because every time one knocks, you sprint in the opposite direction, like someone asked you for rent money. Most people don't fear failure. Most people fear clarity, because clarity forces you to confront where you are and where you've refused to go. People treat conversations like alarms. The phone rings, a message comes in, and suddenly the heart starts racing like danger is near. Conversation means accountability. Conversation means honesty. Conversation means someone might ask you what you actually want and why you haven't taken the next step. And that scares people more than struggle does. People will sit in a miserable job for 10, 20, 30 years, but won't sit in a 10-minute call that could open a door they claim they want. That's not laziness, that's conditioning. Here's the real issue. Most people want the outcome of opportunity, but not the responsibility that comes with it. They want the blessing, but not the conversation. They want the transformation, but not the friction. They want the yes, but none of the questions. It's like wanting a six-pack without doing a single crunch, wanting to be wealthy while running from every money conversation, wanting to win the lottery without buying the ticket. People want success without involvement, and it never works like that. Here's what most people don't understand. Opportunities don't announce themselves. They don't yell, "Hey, I'm the miracle you prayed for." They show up as conversations, a text, a DM, a phone call. Do you have 10 minutes? Let's talk about your goals. And because it doesn't look magical, people ignore it. It's like someone handing you a map and you throwing it away because you're embarrassed that you didn't know where you were going. The doorway appears, but you choose the hallway. Let's get brutally honest. People don't run from opportunities. They run from exposure. They run because the conversation is going to reveal them. A real conversation forces you to look at your habits, your excuses, your fears, your procrastination, your inconsistency, your comfort addiction, your lack of follow through, and people will do anything to avoid seeing their own truth. You know what it reminds me of? There's this show I used to watch called Lucifer. Lucifer Morningstar had a special ability. He would look someone in the eyes and ask, "What is it you truly desire?" And the person couldn't lie. They couldn't dodge. They couldn't hide. The truth poured out whether they liked it or not. That's exactly why people avoid real conversations in real life. Because deep down, they're terrified someone will ask them what they truly desire, and they'll finally have to admit the truth. They desire more, but act like less. They desire freedom, but choose comfort. They desire change, but avoid the first step. They desire elevation, but cling to excuses. A real conversation feels like that Lucifer question. It exposes the gap between what you say and what you actually do. It's easier to run than to answer the truth. Let's talk about the contradiction. People say, "I want financial freedom. I want more time. I want to travel more. I want to retire earlier. I want to stop stressing." But when the conversation shows up that could help them get those things, they choke. It's like wanting to swim but refusing to touch the water, wanting to run a marathon but refusing to walk around the block. wanting to change your life while avoiding the very step that starts the process. You don't rise to the level of your wishes. You fall to the level of your courage. And this is where Gary Vaynerchuk drops the truth bomb that exposes everything. He said, lack of clarity is often just lack of action. Let that sink in. You're not confused. You're inactive. You're not unsure. You're unwilling. You don't lack clarity. You lack movement. Most people wait for clarity before taking action, but clarity only comes because of action. Motion creates direction. Questions create answers. Conversations create clarity. You won't learn anything running away, but you'll learn everything by stepping toward the conversation you've been avoiding. Opportunities are doors, some small, some massive, but they're doors. They open briefly. They don't stay open forever. And every time one appears, you walk past it because it feels unfamiliar. It's like being in a burning room and refusing to walk out because the exit door looks inconvenient. Let me say something uncomfortable. Most people stay stuck because stuck is familiar. Stuck feels safe. Stuck feels predictable. Stuck doesn't challenge you. Stuck doesn't judge you. Stuck doesn't ask questions. But stuck isn't life. Stuck is slow death with a routine. Every breakthrough in your life started with a conversation, a question, a realization, a moment of honesty, a new idea, a truth you weren't ready for, a perspective that flipped your mindset. Conversations are catalysts. They activate direction. They activate decisions. They activate momentum. You cannot evolve in silence. You cannot elevate yourself by hiding from the people trying to help you grow. Conversation is the bridge between who you are and who you're becoming. I've learned something from business and from helping people transform their lives. The people who succeed are not the most talented. They're not the most educated. They're not the most gifted. They are the people who show up to the conversation. They ask questions. They seek clarity. They move forward even when they're nervous. Meanwhile, the people who stay stuck are the ones who disappear. They avoid calls. They ghost opportunities, not because the opportunity wasn't real, but because they couldn't face themselves. Your next level has always been on the other side of a conversation you keep avoiding. Here's the truth. And yes, it will sting. The life you want is hiding behind the conversation you refuse to have. You're not far away. You're not starting from zero. You are one conversation, one question, one moment of truth away from direction. Stop running. Stop hiding. Stop ghosting the opportunities you say you want. Start asking. Start engaging. Start stepping toward the people who are trying to help you win. You don't need a miracle. You need a conversation. Walk through the door.